Welcome back, humans. It's Wednesday, and I'm back with another middle of the week vent session. And with that said, I would appreciate it if y'all could hit that like button, hit that subscription, and turn on your notifications. I am here every Wednesday and Saturday because people are fucking up every day and they're just doing some dumb shit and they just give me reasons to vent all the time. There ain't no fucking downtime. There ain't no downtime in the venting. I could do one every day if I really, because all the shit that's happening. But then you gotta take a break. You gotta take a break sometime. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just too much drama going on sometimes, and so you need to just slow it down a little bit, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, let's get on with some venting here. Today, I'm gonna do probably gonna do a little fight recap from Saturday's fight, which was pretty damn awesome, with Canelo and that Saunders guy. See, now I can say that Saunders guy because he got beat down. You know what I'm saying? Because now he lost. He's not in the conversation anymore. You know what I'm saying? He was not the victor, so now he's just that guy. When I was like Billy Joe Saunders, you know what I'm saying? No, he's a good fighter, man. He was a good fighter, but he got beat down. But we'll get to that in a second. So like I said, I got a little fight recap coming. Um, got a little couple topics about like tonight, like the late night shows. I feel like the late night TV isn't like the same as it used to be, and then I got a couple other events on some things. And I think I'm going to go just start with it. Like I said, let's get on with this fight recap. So Saturday, man, oh man, there were the fireworks going. They were in Texas. They were live. There was 70,000 people, I believe, live there at the stadium or something like that. I think it was a record or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Other people can't even open restaurants, but these people was at like 70K plus. There was probably more. They probably packed in more people. You know what I'm saying? Texas is a big place, and that stadium, I think it was Cowboy Stadium, man, and it was packed. They said it was, I think, 70,000, probably 70 plus if you count the media and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that was wild. And not only that, the whole fight card was good. There was just nothing but good action all night. You know what I'm saying? Just great action, good fights, and then you got the main event. Canelo comes out with a cool ring walk, has a big band, and you know what I'm saying? Billy Joe Saunders comes out with his big ring walk, like this big old show. It was like you're watching a Rocky movie, you know what I'm saying? When Apollo was fighting Drago, he just did that with Giving in America. Brought James Brown down, you know what I'm saying? In America, you know what I'm saying? Eye to eye, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. Don't get me going on nation to nation. No, just kidding. But so that was kind of like they had that kind of feel, man. You got goosebumps, because it felt like big events are coming again. People are gonna get to go to concerts, all this stuff, festivals. Hopefully we get to get the leash reins out. Things, maybe we get a grip on things that's happening out here. A lot of new facts are coming out, a lot of new information coming out on some things that are very valuable, and I think everybody should look into some of that stuff that's going on right now. And it's all for the positive because man, it was a great night. And like I said, so the fight starts. Billy Joe Saunders trying to be a little slick. He's kind of running around, kind of a little pot shotting here and there and doing some good movement. Had some pretty good movement going, but I mean, his punches weren't that effective, but they were pretty good. Canelo had a nice swollen eye over there. His eyes were a little puffy. So he was getting to him. And I kind of feel like Canelo gave away the first round because he was kind of feeling him out. He gave him a couple rounds, but I didn't even think he gave him a couple rounds. I kind of think he still won the second, kind of third, fourth rounds, and then Billy Joe Saunders kind of took advantage of maybe Canelo resting in the middle or something like that because he got real aggressive and looked pretty good in a couple rounds in the middle, and then it seemed like coming around like the seventh, eighth round, Canelo seemed to just be figured out his timing basically. He figured out the timing of his little jump and moving around, trying to be a slickster. So he figured that shit out, and then he fucking computed it and then executed it. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to land this big uppercut. And, started hurting my man, got into the eighth round, I believe, and he landed that big uppercut. Man, did he land that uppercut. It was a nice shot. You even heard it on your TV. Like, it was just like a nice sound, and the crowd probably heard it too, man, because they went crazy on that punch. It was just like, whoa, the crowd reacted, especially with a full crowd. It was awesome to hear that stuff going on. Anyways, it was like I said, that punch. I guess my man got damaged from it, like permanent, not permanent. Well, yeah, permanently. He's got to heal from this. You know what I'm saying? And it happens to a lot of fighters. A lot of fighters come back. Sometimes they're not all the same, and sometimes they come back just fine. But apparently that big shot. I don't know if it was just that big shot or that was the last shot that did it. They broke his eye socket and cheekbone, I guess, in a couple places. I think when I read what he posted, I think Billy Joe Saunders posted. I think he broke in 3 places or something. So that was a good shot, man. Canelo's got power, so that's some legit power. And I guess he was sparring with some heavyweights recently. I don't know if it was for this fight, but there's a heavyweight that came out, young guy, up and comer. Said he's sparring for Canelo, and he was like, "Man, his power is for real." And then after you see that fight, man, like his power is for real. Like there's no denying that dude's power is just crazy banging. You know what I'm saying? So and afterwards it was really awesome because he gave a shout out to his country. There was a lot of big Mexican fans, a lot of big Latin support in that whole stadium because it was in Texas, and it was just crazy support, man. The crowd was definitely in his favor, and he did some cool shit, man. And at the end, he said like "Viva Mexico" and all that kind of stuff. Had the crowd going nuts. But it made me feel like when Julio Cesar Chavez used to box, and he would come out, and he would have this song about Mexico, and everybody would sing it word for word because he would come out with it like every damn fight. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, they would all say these speeches, and that's like what the legends do. And I just felt like that was cool, man. I got little goosebumps at the end of the fight because, like, I knew he was going to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? But it was just cool to see the crowd out there, just like packed fucking stadiums all over the place. The noise of the crowd. It wasn't like digital. And then my man was just like, went off and was like, "Viva Mexico, cabrones!" Got the crowd all crazy. And it was just cool shit. It felt that old school feel. Like I said, when you used to have those big fights on HBO or the HBO pay-per-views, or when Don King's punk ass had King Vision pay-per-view fights. You know what I'm saying? And you would see, or like when HBO used to have those Grand Slams. They'd have these Grand Slams, man, to be like 4 championship fights in one night. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then HBO don't even do boxing no more. That's kind of messed up, man. They had the grip on the game, and then like Showtime and then all these other networks kind of took over. But that's how the game goes, man. I guess like out with the old and in with the new, some shit like that. If you ain't changing with the times. And then we got that Jake, not Jake. What's his name? Logan, the brother, the older brother. Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather coming up. I forget what day they said it was. Did they say it was in June? I think they said it was in June. I know they pushed it back because people weren't selling tickets, and that's what gave me that little like hint that maybe this little scene was kind of fixed or whatnot. Even my man still got punched or whatever, or I don't know if he got punched or got hit in the face somehow. He did get a black eye from something. But anyways, his brother Logan's fighting. He's gonna fight Floyd, and his other brother got banned from that little scenery. You know what I'm saying? The scene that happened or whatever. And anyways, like a lot of people, like I said last episode, I felt it was a little disrespectful just because Floyd's a legend. And I could see if you were going another fighter or guy that was still a pro, but he wasn't like whatever, and you're gonna try to start a little something just to get the flame going. You know what I'm saying? But that's Floyd Mayweather, man. That's kind of like I said, it was funny. It was entertaining and stuff, but it's just a little bit disrespectful. I mean, plus they're fighters, man. You got to be careful when you mess with fighters because some of them guys hang with fighters. You know what I'm saying? You might get your ass beat. Or a person like Floyd has big, giant security guards, look like offensive linemen and shit. Because everybody thinks, just because nobody can hit him in the ring, they're going to go test this man all the time. And he's probably got to, stay safe and keep his hands safe for the next opponent. You know what I'm saying? To eventually when he hangs up his gloves. That's probably why that big wall's got to be around his ass, no matter how great you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes you get a little crazy famous. Some people like you, some people hate you. It's all, then that's probably, all a combination of one. But still, you got to protect the guy. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was kind of like just a little tad disrespectful. But anyways, those guys are coming up. The fight's coming up. And Logan Paul's doing some good training. He's looking good. He's looking in great shape. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think he's going to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? If Floyd, does, carry that anger over, people think like, oh, I want to mad Floyd, for Logan. Logan's like acting like he's some expert counterpuncher, but it's not the fact of the case here, or the case or the matter, or fact of the matter. because I mean, you only fought a couple dudes that were like nobody. You know what I mean? And whoever your sparring partners are, I would like to see that footage. You know what I'm saying? Same with Jake Paul, like I said, because I'm sure he's boxing real boxers, but the guys he's fighting aren't real boxers, and I want to see like I want to see like how they gauge with the the real guys. So I mean, eventually they're going to release some of that footage, but they haven't seen any yet. And his younger brother, man, just looks. I mean, he's just a fighter. Like he seems just like a scrappy kind of kid. You know what I'm saying? Young guy. I seen some of his older footage where he even did like UFC stuff and went in the ring in a cage with a dude, and the guy won and everything. But man, he looked strong as hell in that fight. You know what I'm saying? The kid's just a fighter. You know, I mean, he seems like a scrappy kind of kid. But his brother seems like a big guy. I know he's a wrestling background, but he doesn't seem like that. He doesn't seem like he seems more of like the protector guy. Like I'm not gonna go out there just because I'm a big guy and start with somebody, but I will protect you. You know, stay behind me. I'll make sure you're okay. You know, maybe I'll help the nerdy guy from the bullies, or he seems like that kind of guy. And then his brother seems like more of like I'm not afraid of nobody. I'll scrap with anybody kind of kid. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mean no disrespect to a kid. It's just because I'm older. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, but anyways, like I said, I think what's his name's in great shape. His brother Logan. You know what I'm saying? I think he's in good shape. I don't know what his stamina is going to be like. You know what I'm saying? Because Floyd make you use the ring. You know, and that's another thing about it. They call it ring generalship or something like that. And that's another thing that's you got to put into play. I hope you're on the treadmill. Hope you're running because it's going to be. I mean, even if he doesn't, like I said, try to knock you out for real. Or just maybe just body you up, take the body out. I expect a big time body attack. So just a heads up, if you're watching this, there's a big body attack coming for sure. I got a feeling Floyd's going to try to chop the tree down. Just kind of, work your body out, take your wind out, man, while keeping you moving and working the whole time, man. And that's what they're good at. That's why they call that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I hope your stamina's up. Your technique and stuff looks a lot better than when you box them other nobody dudes. But I don't really think you're going to win a fight. But I think you look like you're in great shape. But to make it interesting, I would really, really work on your stamina because that's what it's going to take. You got to stay out there to the end. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're a big guy and you're like, all I need is that one punch to do this, this, and that. If you missed and you're throwing that big punch, that takes a lot out of you in the boxing game. And your brother could tell you that from experience. Like, if you're whoever he's sparring with, the other guys, he didn't miss much from those guys, his opponents. But I'm saying probably his sparring partners, while he's learning to sharpen those up for the big fights, he's probably missing a lot of those and, learning to sharpen them up. And he probably paid the price from time missing. That's why now it's a little better and better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like. If you're going to go for the big shot, man, be ready because if you miss, that's when you pay the price. That's when everybody pays the price in that game. You know what I'm saying? And just like your brother's opponents, those guys took a chance and fell for his feints or, took a miss and, he brought the big thunder punch. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, kapow, you know what I'm saying? And put him out. And most boxers will do that, like I said. So, like I said, man, just, work on some stamina, boy, because, it's going to take that. If not, Floyd might come, Floyd being older, I don't see him coming at you like in the first round. The only way I see him coming at him in the first round is if you look really slow. Like if you look really slow compared to him, then he might come at you early because he's older. You know what I'm saying? Because he's older. Plus he's like a smart fighter. He wants to see what you got. So he might even let you hit, like what Pacquiao does the same thing. That's why those guys are good, man. They almost make you give up the playbook. You know what I'm saying? They'll and now people are onto it and they don't, now that they're older, but it took them till they got older to figure it out. Like, I can't fall for that little trap. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd will come back up by the ropes and think you're going to fucking, now I'm going to fucking score some crazy points and you start throwing your crazy combos and, and he blocks a bunch of them, maybe takes a little bit of them and takes a little bite off of them. And then you missed all that. Now you guys are split back up and nothing happened. He's still in front of you and now you're tired as hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they do that shit, man. It's crazy how it's easy to say it, when you watch it, but in the ring, it's way different. Like you can watch all the videos of Floyd and all of Manny's, all the great fighters, but they all tell you that their opponents, man, it was way different when you're in there. And I could, watching boxing my whole life, it's crazy, man, because you can see the opponent sometimes, their face change. You know what I'm saying? Their poker face just goes away. Like shit, it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? And you're just in there with a guy that's really good. And that's what I'm saying for Logan, man. Like, he looks like he's in good shape, but man, if Floyd sees that, like, just one little thing, oh, this is what's gonna be like the whole fight. Like, he's just gonna do this. Like, these 4 punches, all he got. So if you only got 4 punches in the playbook, man, you be ready to take a good knee. Just take that knee and take those 8 counts, because he's gonna fucking come, and he's gonna come for your body a lot. I think he's gonna fucking go for your body a lot. You better be ready for the body shots. Like, if I was you and training, I would just tell everybody, punch the shit out of my body, because you know what I'm saying? Like, you could probably take a good, like, headshot, but the body, I mean, you're very vulnerable there. Most people that don't box, I think that's where they're most vulnerable. I noticed that in early boxers, like some of them guys get knocked out with body shots. So that's all I'm saying, man. You better just be ready. You know what I mean? So anyways, I heard that they're closing the pipeline and doing all this stuff in the news. I had to turn on the news, didn't I? And then you see all this crap. So now they're turning on the pipeline and they're talking about transporting fuel with trains and like trucks or something like that. And I'm like, man, what are we doing? Going back in time? I know I said the dude was losing it, but I didn't mean it like all in a mean way. Like, damn, now I'm kind of about to be in a mean way. Like, what the hell's going on? What's he doing? We're going to get mail by horse next? Like, everybody's going to fucking have horse fucking, what do they call it? Road apples? When you're over by the horse range, if anybody rode horses before. Watch out for the road apples. But, man, why are they doing this? And like, I understand they're trying to go green and do this, whatever, save the planet, right? But I think if you're going to shut stuff down and make people lose a lot of jobs, and then you're going to do this speech and say you're going to bring all these jobs, you should have a plan for jobs, right? Or I don't know. I'm no genius, but I mean, shouldn't you, before you hit this light switch, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you got a new bulb in the, in the socket, right? You know what I'm saying? Just make sure the light works. I don't know. I just thought they should have had a plan ready for people that aren't going to be working. What are they going to do, man? Not everybody can deliver pizzas, and not everybody can work at fast food places. I'm sorry. And they're going to have to open a bunch of them. How many Walmarts are there? And how many, like, even if they got degrees, like people that, have degrees and shit, like how many offices and how many companies of all the experience all these people have doing that whole thing for a long time, now they got to fucking start over. They got to start over. Like, how are they going to just go from all that, what they know, and just start over? I mean, I know we can, but it's just crazy, that's just crazy, discomforting situation that people are going to have to go through. And I know, like I said, man, I feel like we're going backwards in time. Like, we're going to fucking get mail by horse. The milkman, you know what I'm saying? It still shows up when you guys order it, but now it's going to be for real. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be fucking, it's crazy, man. It feels like we're just going back. I don't get it. There's going to be a guy riding around with a horse and carriage, handing out little spoonfuls of water in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like an ice cream man. I don't get it. But I feel bad for all these people that are going to lose their jobs, man. And I don't feel like, I just feel like we need that thing. And I also feel like this is all like a fucking ploy to pay for like money lost from like an old time, like a long time ago. And people, like, for real, because like when he got these rail trains, there are these rail cars and the railroads back when he was a vice president. And like nobody used them. People were building them from like, I don't even know, from like DC or New York to fucking LA. You know what I'm saying? They was burning shit down. It was like when the fires first started, which like I said before, when the fuck did they shut them off? I don't remember when they shut the fires off. I don't remember. Nobody told me. And I've been looking. I don't see anything that says we shut them off. But let me get back. You know what I'm saying? So they're building these railroads all through here, and like nobody was using these things. So now this dude's in charge, and now he's like going to make us use, like we're forced to use them so he could pay all that money lost. That's what I think. That's what I think is happening, because they gave him this crap, because it was crap what he was trying to do. And they were just like, here, give him this shit. And he was like, thank you. Smithers, I've got it. You know what I'm saying? With his old ass. Come on, man. And fucking, they gave him all this shit. And so, he didn't make no money with it, I think. And I just think now he's like, oh, yeah, well, now we're shutting that down and we're going to use the rails. We're going to use the trains. And I think it's to pay for all that money he lost. Because they spent like probably billions and billions of millions building those damn things, and nobody used them shits. Nobody used them damn shits. We was using Amazon. Amazon didn't use your train. You see them blue cars all around. I think Amazon's got its own delivery plane. Punk that needs oil and fuel from a pipeline. You dummy. Sorry for getting out of line out of there, but man, I just feel like what the hell's going on here? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But that's what I feel like's going on. I mean, is it a conspiracy that I'm thinking that? Does that make me a conspiracy theorist because I think because he lost money on these things and now he's trying to get this money back? Especially with all this investigation coming out on the what coming out, like all this new information coming out. It was like the media just jumped on it like some sharks, man. It was like the blood's in the water right now. And I didn't think it was going to get out of YouTube. Like, hold on one second. Let me set this down. So I didn't think this was like going to leave YouTube because it seemed like you go to YouTube and like a lot of journalists will be out there, giving some dirt out there and whatnot. And so you would think like it was only going to be there because like normal like media channels wouldn't show these things. Well, now they're starting to talk about some stuff. They're starting to talk about Fauci and, Fugazi Fauci, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit's going down and he's denying some stuff and people are kind of, catching him on some lies. And there's some truths, but there's also some lies, and everybody made it seem like it was just all true truth. You know what I'm saying? Like don't listen to this man, but I don't want to. All right? I don't want to. But anyways, I just feel like we were heading in the wrong direction with this kind of stuff. But, what do I know? I'm not no expert on this crap. I just got an opinion on it. That's all. That's all I got. So like I said, man, I turned on the news and then, I was waiting for late night TV to come on, And I was like, man, it was really tough to watch. So I switched to another channel to some other late night TV. And I was like, oof. Like, this dude used to be funny. This dude used to be, like, there was some, I don't know, man. Is it because the writers are probably working from home, like the jokes ain't as good? I don't know. What do you think, humans? It was like hard to watch. It was really hard to watch for me. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what is going on. It was almost like you could see that they barely had an audience. Like you could see that like they could feel like, man, I wish there was people here, but it was like all on their face. Like I said, like when like Obama was president, he would say a sentence, but you could see on his face he really wanted to tell you something else. You know what I'm saying? And that's like how when I saw Jimmy Fallon, like, not only was his weird ass hairdo. I know he's got the Elias Big Boy hairdo all of a sudden. I don't know what happened to Jimmy Fallon, but he just had this look like, where's everybody at? You know what I'm saying? What the hell's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like all I see is the stage lights, and you know what I'm saying? It just looked like in his face, like his poker face was just like he's folding. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fold, and that's what it looked like, man. Like, it was just hard to watch. And I flipped to some other channels, and I was like, ooh, man. And so I didn't, it was weird. I feel bad for late night TV, man. Hopefully they could get some people back and get the spirit back in there, man. But I don't know. It was a little rough. It was a little rough. It was rough on the eyes and the ears. And they would look around, like when he would look around, that was like, oh my God, man, he's like searching, man. He's searching big time. He's searching for something. And it was just crazy. It was just like you could feel that uncomfort. You know what I'm saying? That discomfort. But anyways. So man, I play video games. I'm not like a super like big time gamer, but I do enjoy games when I can get a chance to play them, Some of my friends, play a lot more than I do, but I like to play once in a while some of the games. Like I enjoy Madden. I like to get a good season of Madden in. You know what I'm saying? And then I also enjoy Modern Warfare. I've been playing Modern Warfare. And I really enjoy those weekend games when they have those 24/7 games. They'll have all these games going on and you're like one cool level or you're just like, it's just a big mosh pit. There's just all this, I just like those weekend party games. They're really fun. And there was this one game, come on. And I felt like people were being like, I don't know, man. I feel like they were like rejecting me because of like my level. I'm not that good. Like I said, I'm not that good of a gamer, but I love the game. You know what I'm saying? They don't like my style. Like my style in the game is like no strategy except like I just run and gun. You know, you put me in the game, I'm running and gunning. That's it. You know, run and gun, I might get like 10 feet, 10 steps. No, sometimes I'll be all right. You know, the run and gun sometimes works. Other than that, I don't mean, my, my, my KD ratio isn't that good. All right. Not all the time. Sometimes I look all right. I want to screenshot those. But like most of the time, like my average is like not good. So there was this one game on the 24/7. I feel like it was like not a rejection. I feel like it was more like a discrimination. Okay, because it's a game, y'all. I understand. Okay, the guys like their rings. They take that shit serious. I get it. Because I don't play like all y'all sometimes, but I do enjoy to play. So I understand. But man, okay, so we'll go back to the rejection and not the discrimination. Although it's because you look at me as not at your level, that's why I felt the discrimination. So I'm taking it back and going back to discrimination. Take backsies, all right? So anyways, I jumped in this game and it was a confirmed kill match, all right? And you all know that people that play, for people that don't, you got to keep the dog tags to get the score. But this one had a special rule, like when you die, you lose, like your whole score goes down. So I get in this lobby and people were just jumping out my lobby because they were like, oh man, they were seeing like my stats or something. They were like checking my stats so quick. And and the mics was on. We had the mics on. And there was people just jumping in my lobby, like seeing my stats, like, nope, because they was like real deal players. And I'm just like for fun players. And these guys didn't even want no part of this game. I was sitting there in this lobby, like hoping to play. And it was like 10 minutes. Usually I can get a game in like seconds. And these guys was like, nope. That dude literally said it on the microphone. He brought a group in. They were like, oh, yeah, who's this? They were like, nope. And then they all left. They was just like, psh. And it just was like searching for some people to play. And then I got like 3 guys in there. And I'm like, oh, shit. I saw the guy. He's got a German Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? This guy's got a bird. Oh, yeah. And they were looking at my stats. And I was like, oh, where'd the fuck the bird go? Where'd the guy go? What? And I was back by myself again, searching. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm not that good. But I do enjoy the game. That's why like I said, I can play whenever I get a chance. But like I said, that one, they weren't even giving me a chance. They weren't giving me a shot. And I was kind of bummed about it. But it was still funny. It was funny, but I got bummed about it. The dude that put the audio in when he was just like, nope. That gave me some good laughs. So I was like, man, that bummed me out because that weekend I couldn't play on those. Because nobody wanted to play with the guy because I wasn't that good. I'm just a running gunner. That's how it goes, man. I guess that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? What can you do? So anyways, no. I was looking at the news and it's all over Sports Center. They had the Kentucky Derby. I don't really follow it, you know what I'm saying? I just know every time it happens because they talk about it on the radio. They talk about it all the time. Some people do follow it and there's a lot of gamblers and it's a gambler's game and whatever. And but I heard they had like a cheating horse. They gave like a horse steroids or something. And I guess they're allowed to have a certain amount, but this one had like crazy high levels, which they called like it made it like performance enhancing according to them. And so anyways, they tested the horse and it was like fucking, they were going to test him again and the shit was all off the charts. And I'm like, big deal. But my thing was like the funniest thing I heard was the explanation of, I don't know if it was the trainer or the stable dude or whoever takes care of the horse or gets the horse ready. I don't know who it was, but I forget who this dude was, but he gave the best explanation ever. He was like, the reason he tested positive is because there was a horse in the same stable as him who had all them steroids in his system and he peed all over the stable like the horses pee, but he peed all over the hay and the horses eat that hay. And he said the horse ate the contaminated hay with the steroid pee. And that's how he got doped up. That should be on like the dumbest criminals list for sure. Because, man, that's some bullshit. He said he ate contaminated grass. You know what I'm saying? They fucking, like the horse peed on the grass. And that horse, why didn't they test that horse? Where's that horse at? That horse raced probably too. Where's that horse at? And why didn't they say that one tested positive if he peed and gave y'all the fucking steroids through the piss? I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it with your horse. You're cheating horse and horse ass. You know, and when I looked into the story, I thought it was crazy because when I looked into the story, there's like a dark side to that horse racing game. And there's probably going to be more documentaries coming soon because after this, I mean, I heard they had to put a horse down like after a race last year. And I don't even know if that made it to like the media or what. Like, I mean, shit's real, man. There's a dark side of that sport. And I feel bad for them animals, you know what I'm saying? Because they run them till they can't. And I don't know what happens to them afterwards, but like, well, what I hear, it's not always like they don't always get to go to a ranch or you know what I'm saying? They don't all get to go somewhere. I heard somebody took one of the, that Joe Exotic guy and he got in trouble for. He said he was going to take care of the horse and he fucking shot it and fed it to the tigers. I was like, damn, and that was a former probably nice, family owned, well kept animal. And somebody's just going to treat it like that. I think that's kind of wild, man. You know what I'm saying? But there's like crazier stories. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, some horses that don't win and an owner would get mad and just take the horse out. That's why I feel like there's a Netflix documentary coming on the horse racing game because I'm sure there's already some, but there's going to be a new one now because, man, that's crazy, man. It's when they get injured, they're not racing no more. If they are, there's probably them steroid things going on. They're probably eating some steroid hay. You know what I'm saying? They're putting the steroids in the hay again. They're having the steroid horse pee on the hay if they're still racing after an injury. If that's the case. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. That's crazy. And like I said, it's a dark story, man. It's a dark game. And like I said, I was like going down a crazy rabbit hole. And it wasn't even like YouTube. It was just reading. I was like, dang, I don't know if you know what I'm saying? Like, they were really brutal to these animals if they're not winners. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to get all graphic. I'm not the one writing the documentary. I'm just saying, whoa, that's a dark game. The horse racing game's a dark game. It's a dark game, man. So, I got into a little debate when I was at work. And I got a little fun. I had a little fun with it. Everybody was being a good sport, men and women. Wasn't nothing like, out of the ordinary. It was just some people that was cool on the same levels and decided like this conversation was okay. Nothing violent, nothing offensive because we're going to engage in the same conversation, So people were saying, talking about, do you think music, if say you're having sex or, you're making love or whatever you want to call it, banging, getting it on, having sexy thing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, the horizontal mambo, no, I'm just kidding. Whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So do you think if there's a good song coming on, if you're a person that has music on, if you're one of the people that like to have music on, you know what I'm saying? If there's a song that's on that, like you're going to try to, you're going to test your stamina, you're going to try to go longer. Is there a song that just like hypes you up during sex? Whether you're a man or a woman, like, are you going to just go for the gusto? You know what I'm saying? Is there that song? Is that true? So we were debating, I would think so maybe like in a younger days, you know what I'm saying? Like you have the music going and you know what I'm saying? I was just making fun. Like I was just making some shit up and I was just making everybody laugh and shit like that. Like I was like, what if like Eye of the Tiger came on? You know what I'm saying? And you was like, not the best stamina guy. You weren't the best, like maybe not the best stamina guy. Like maybe you should have extended the foreplay. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get all the way judged at the end, like, well, at least he, hooked me up. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you're that guy. And then, like, Eye of the Tiger comes on. And it's like, bam, 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 bam. And, like, are you counting in your mind right there? Bam, bam, bam. Are you done at that? Or do you keep going? And you're like, oh, my God, I'm not done yet. And then it keeps going. Ding, 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 ding. So are you that dude? Or does the music kind of pump you up? So I had everybody rolling on that one, and people were kind of giving some good, scenarios themselves. So I was just like, I was just curious about that debate, and it was a really fun time we were having. So like I said, maybe in my younger days, if there was some in the 90s or something like that when we was like young teenagers or maybe close to 2000s when we hit the 20s or whatever. And, like Jodeci, you know what I'm saying? All the cool songs out there, Genuine. And you had like, all them R&B groups, even before them guys like Babyface, you know what I'm saying? Johnny Gill. You know what I'm saying? All them guys, you know what I'm saying? Tony Terry. I don't even know how many people know about Tony Terry. You know what I'm saying? He had that blonde hair like fucking those gang members in Meteor Man. I don't even know people know about Meteor Man with Robert Townsend. Doing like a ghetto superhero for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And people don't appreciate that. But they look like that dude. They had like their hair, he had his hair bleached blonde, and he had a cool, like, he was like a one-hit wonder album. You know what I'm saying? He was around the time of like Taylor Dane. If people don't even know about Taylor Dane. But I know you know about Taylor Dane. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. But anyways, it was like around those times, you know what I'm saying? And you can get those cool R&B songs, like especially like some Jodeci. Jodeci had it going on. You know what I'm saying? Man, they had some good songs like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there is something that I want from you right now. You know what I'm saying? Give me that body love. I ain't gonna chop it. I ain't gonna ruin it no more. But them guys had the killer, love songs. You know what I'm saying? You had to go down. And if you had to make sure at least you lasted a song, you know what I'm saying? You got to be the guy at least last a song if a girl's gonna put some music on when y'all are, about to get it on. And you got at least gotta last a song. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if it was like their favorite song. You know what I'm saying? If it's their favorite song and then you're done before it's over, damn, you done messed up. You know what I'm saying? No matter your age. If it's her favorite song, even like today, like what if her song was like, don't let me down, down, down. You know what I'm saying? And that's all kinds of pressure on your young ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me down. Because I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? And you're over here looking at the clock. You know what I'm saying? Trying to not let her down. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to not let her down. And you might let her down. So you got to, because the song might be too long. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. What if you're that dude? You got to, if it's her favorite song, you better practice, man, because you at least got to last her favorite song, because maybe she might not be as upset at the end. Maybe you'll get a call back because you lasted the favorite song. And what if it was a short song and you couldn't last the whole song? That would like double suck for you. Whether you were young, old, or today, or, the younger generation or whatever generation. What if you couldn't last? Because like these new songs like aren't even 3 minutes long. Old songs, good ones, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes, almost 4 minutes, like damn near 4 minutes an average. You know what I'm saying? These new songs are like 2 minutes, 21 seconds. You know what I'm saying? They're all like hot shot, back shot, trick shot. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the fuck they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Hat trick. You know what I'm saying? And they're just like crick ass songs, like don't even make it to 3 minutes, barely. And they hype you up, and then you're like done, like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably because I'm older. Like I was used to a longer song. Like, oh man, this one just got me warmed up. I'm not stiff no more. And then song ended. I thought it was still 2.5 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? But it's gone. They got to rewind it or something. That's how I feel. And like, if you can't last these short new songs, you'd be in really bad news. Because like I said, it was like 2 minutes. Like commercial breaks last longer than you if you can't last longer than these new songs. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel bad if you can't, I feel for you all humans if you're not that person. Or like if you had a number of seconds. Like if you had a number of seconds involved in the conversation, that's bad news too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying like I'm no like, that's I'm like the Mr. Super Lover Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm no Shabba. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Lover Man, Shabba. You know what I'm saying? I'm not claiming to be no Shabba. I'm just saying, you just can't be. I could probably last the favorite song. I'm just saying, I could probably do that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you would smash the like button, hit me with a subscription and turn on your notifications because I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.